simple little equations. After watching this video, I will be able to solve an equation for a given variable. A literal equation is basically an equation that has multiple variables, and the goal of the equation is not to identify the unknown, meaning I won't know what the value of the variable, but the goal is to get one of the letters in this equation isolated so that we can use it in a more effective manner. So this is kind of useful when we have formulas and we have lots of different variables, and it's easier if we could just isolate what we actually want to solve for. So here I have u equals 3x over 4. The goal is to isolate the letter x. So I'm still going to keep my rules of regular equations. I want to get x alone. So I'm going to start by getting rid of this 3 over 4. That is the two things that will get x by itself. So I could multiply by the reciprocal. And what you do on one side, you do on the other. So when I simplify, I end up with 4u over 3. My 3/4 cancel, and I'm just left with x. My answer is actually going to be some equation because all I'm doing is rewriting my equation for a given variable. So I have u equals 2 plus 3x. My goal is to isolate x. So now I'm just going to remember to keep my rules of equations. I am going to isolate my variable term first, so I'm going to get rid of the 2. So I need to do minus 2 on both sides of the equal sign. Because I have u minus 2, this is not something I can actually solve, so I'm just going to keep what I have. I have the letter u minus 2. 2 minus 2 gives me 0, and then I'm just left with 3x. Now I'm going to isolate my variable by dividing by 3. Now I cannot actually do this division because I don't know the value of u, so I just keep everything I have. X is now by itself. This would be my answer. So when doing these, you want to remember your guidelines for solving equations. We want to isolate our variable term first. So I'm going to subtract 3 on both sides. Because this is a literal equation, I cannot actually do that subtraction. So I just keep g minus 3. And then now I want to isolate my variable. So I'm going to divide by negative 2. Again, I can't actually do that division because I don't know what g is. So I just keep everything I have. This equation would be my answer. So now you want to try solve the equation for the indicated variable. You should pause your video, try and do this problem, and then press play to see if you got this answer correct. Pause your video now. So we have g equal to 3a plus 1. We want to isolate a. So I'm going to isolate my variable term first. I end up with g minus 1 equal to 3a. Isolate my variable, so divide both sides by 3. Because I don't know what g is, I cannot actually do that division. So my answer would be A. You want to rate your scale from 1 to 4 to see how well you understand this. 1 meaning you do not understand and you need lots of extra help. 2 meaning you sort of understand, you just need to practice. 3 meaning you have mastered this skill, and 4 meaning you exceed mastery and you can even help teach it to somebody else.